Now at 10, we look at how inflation's affecting area food banks. Plus,
Colorado Springs police now identifying all 5 of the victims who were killed. I'm Marissa Armas with more on how this community is moving forward.
Also, how an area group's honoring veterans this holiday season, and the Missouri Southern men's basketball team returns to the court tonight for their home opener. We'll have the highlights.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
As we prepare for Thanksgiving, Ozark Food Harvest and other local food banks report an increase in families seeking assistance. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. The Food Banks network of faith-based and community partners serves an average 62,000 people each month. That's nearly 12,000 more than during the same period in 2020 and 2021.
The cost of food nowadays is just really hard for those who are on fixed incomes or just don't have a job to pay for it.
We typically order turkeys for our network of community and faith-based partners so they can give that out to their families around this time. We actually had to start ordering those in February to make sure that we were going to have them in time, and our order was still cut. So we were trying to order about 7,000 turkeys, and we only ended up with about 4,000.
According to Ozark Food Harvest, 21% of children in their service area face food insecurity. It's 1 in 5 children and higher than Missouri's average of 18.6%. The highways and skyways will be busy with holiday travelers this week, both around the nation and right here in the 4 states. Joplin's airport's arriving and departing flights are mostly full, and they expect that to continue for Thanksgiving. The airport manager expects people flying in to come home and see their families for the holidays. He says they're seeing some staffing challenges because of airline pilot shortages.
So the regional airlines like SkyWest are struggling to try to keep flights scheduled. So as long as we can get flights scheduled, we can put passengers on the planes.
According to AAA, 4.5 million people are expected to travel by plane this Thanksgiving. Another 49 million people will travel by car. And a lot of those travelers will see armadillos along the roadside. The armadillo population in Missouri is growing. Experts theorize that climate change is making armadillos migrate north from their usual habitat of desert-like environments. Armadillos have a bad reputation for digging in gardens and pastures and yards, searching for bugs to eat. There's a reason why armadillos are commonly found on the side of the road.
Most people see armadillos is on the road dead. In the summertime, you see a lot of dead armadillos. The reason for that is not because they can't run. Actually, armadillos can run pretty fast. But what they do is when they first see what they perceive as a predator, they jump straight in the air.
The Wildlife Code of Missouri does allow Missourians to trap or kill nuisance armadillos on their property. Let's check in with Doug Heddy for a first look at the weather.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a nice Monday for us today. After a nice weekend, we had plenty of sunshine throughout the weekend. It was just chilly, but back to normal today. 56, started at 29. We had a record low yesterday morning at 17, so quite a bit warmer. And we're actually going to warm up a little bit more as we go through the next few days. But this is going to be an issue. This is our next storm system, so we're jumping ahead into Wednesday evening. Rain starts to increase, showers, even thunderstorms Wednesday night. This is going to stick around into Thanksgiving, into Black Friday, into Saturday, may even linger into Sunday. So that is going to cause some travel issues. Now, until we get there, we look okay. It's kind of chilly, upper 30s right now. We have clear skies across the region. We'll continue to have clear skies as we head through the overnight hours tonight. But we'll break down that next system for you here in just a bit.
All right, we'll catch you then. Authorities in Colorado Springs are still collecting evidence and interviewing people who were in Club Q during Saturday's mass shooting. 5 people died. 17 were injured when a gunman attacked that gay nightclub. Reporter Marissa Armas is there with details on the heroes who stopped the suspected shooter and what's next for the community.
Army veteran Richard Fierro said he tried to kill the gunman who opened fire in the middle of a Colorado Springs nightclub Saturday night.
And I needed to save my family. And that family was, at that time, everybody in that room.
Fierro detailed how he and other clubgoers attacked and stopped the shooter.
I grabbed him by the back of his little armor thing, and I pulled him down. This guy's trying to wiggle. He's trying to get his ammo, his guns. One of the performers walked by, or was running by, and I told her, kick this guy. And she took her high heel and stuffed it in his face.
His daughter's boyfriend, Raymond Green Vance, was among 5 killed.
And my daughter got to spend her last day with him happy.
Also killed were Ashley Paw, Kelly Loving, and bartenders Derek Rump and Daniel Aston.
A nightmare that you can't wake up from.
Aston's mother, Sabrina, said her son was always smiling.
He did what he loved to do, bartending, and then he got to do, shows.
Club Q was considered a safe haven for the LGBTQ community that came here. Now the mayor of Colorado Springs is helping them move forward.
We all want to ensure that our community is not defined by this tragedy, but by our response to it.
The suspect, 22-year-old Anderson Lee Aldrich, will face murder and hate crime charges. Investigators say they'll file formal charges soon.
It's important that if we have enough evidence to support bias-motivated crimes, to charge that. It's important for this community.
A man of the same name and age as the suspect was arrested after a bomb threat near Colorado Springs last year, but those charges were dismissed. Marissa Armas, CBS News, Colorado Springs.
There's no record that police or family members tried to trigger Colorado's red flag law that would have allowed police to seize any weapons that man might have had. A Commerce, Oklahoma police officer is in critical condition following a wreck from a high-speed chase over the weekend. The wreck happened on Saturday evening just north of Commerce. 39-year-old Vernon Moyer of Commerce was chasing a car at a high rate of speed after initiating a traffic stop. He was driving north on County Road S560, where they say the brakes failed in that police car. The car then left the road, went into a ditch. Moyer is currently in the hospital with critical injuries. More Spire customers are now eligible to get help with utility costs. The company is expanding eligibility requirements for its Dollar Help program. That's a program that allows Spire customers to donate $1 per month to help other customers in need of assistance with their natural gas bills. Spire is also providing an additional $100,000 to support that program. To find out how to apply for the program, download the KOAM News Now app. In 2019, the historic Faith Fellowship building was donated to the Alliance of Southwest Missouri. The plan to restore the building was pushed back due to the pandemic, but now the Alliance looks to bring it back to its former beauty. Today, they held a meeting to discuss fundraising goals to begin the construction process.
November 29th will be Giving Tuesday, and we're hoping to raise $15,000. We did have a donor say that he will match up to $10,000 raised. So if we raise $10,000 by the end of the year, he will match that $10,000, and we'd surpass our goal of 15 and raise 20,000.
The donations on Giving Tuesday will go toward construction, which they hope will begin in the coming weeks, weather permitting. The Little Balkans Quilt Guild in Pittsburgh teamed up to honor veterans. Today they handed out handmade quilts to dozens of veterans. There were about 10 different quilt patterns. To the quilters, the work done is worth the reward.
I like to see the vets. I like to see the smiles on their face. They're always so grateful for receiving them. And it's nice that, like, if a friend suggests somebody, then we give it to them, and then normally they say, oh, well, my father-in-law or someone else is also a vet.
The Quilters Guild has also made pillowcases in the past to give to fire victims, the Children's Center and Safe House Crisis Center. Coming up, a trip back to the moon.
NASA's Orion capsule has slingshotted around the moon and is now headed to a distant lunar orbit. I'm Cristian Benavides with the latest on the Artemis 1 mission.
Plus, a look at the correlation between recreational marijuana and alcohol consumption. A new study finds recreational cannabis use is associated with an increase in adult alcohol consumption. The increase is primarily among younger adults and men. But researchers from the University of Pittsburgh say the increase did not reach the point of heavy or binge drinking. Recreational cannabis is now legal in 19 states and will soon be legal in Missouri. A new study of NFL football games during the pandemic finds cases of COVID-19 in the surrounding areas went up following the games. The spikes in 2020 and 2021 were more prominent when the number of fans in the stands was over 20,000. No significant increases took place when 5,000 fans or fewer attended the games. NASA's Orion capsule is now headed into a distant orbit around the moon after a flyby this morning that took the capsule 80 miles above the lunar surface. Christian Benavides says the amazing image is 232,000 miles away from Earth.
Orion's onboard cameras captured this view of the approaching moon and a very small Earth floating in the distance. The blue orb then disappeared as NASA's capsule and crew of test mannequins began a 34-minute journey around the backside of the moon.
And we do have loss of signal.
No communication could happen here, hence the animation. But during this time, NASA says Orion buzzed 80 miles above the moon's surface. Orion then fired up its orbital maneuvering system engine, leveraging the moon's gravitational pull to catapult into a new distant orbit.
Earthrise of our pale blue dot.
About an hour later, Orion soared above Tranquility Base, where Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin landed on July 20th, 1969.
This is one of those days that you've been thinking about and dreaming about for a long, long time.
Next Monday, Orion will travel about 270,000 miles from Earth, the furthest in NASA's history for a spacecraft intended for astronauts.
NASA looks at the Artemis program as really a two-phase sort of thing. One, test technology and procedures in order to eventually go to Mars. And two, look for resources you can mine on the moon to make exploration easier and lower cost.
Orion's 3-week journey will end December 11th with a splashdown near San Diego in the Pacific Ocean.
3, 2, 1, boosters in ignition.
Orion blasted off last week atop the most powerful moon rocket NASA has ever built. If this Artemis mission is successful, astronauts are slated to head to the moon as early as 2024. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Miami.
Just wow. NASA says the rocket that sent the Orion capsule into space caused more damage to the launch pad than expected. The liftoff thrust was so powerful it tore away the blast doors of the elevator. Holiday shopping season kicks off at the end of the week, and a recent survey from Fiverr says shoppers can expect more discounts. Nearly half of 500 retail business owners said they plan to offer steeper promotions to entice more shoppers as Americans have grappled with record inflation this year. The National Retail Federation says more than 166 million Americans are expected to shop between Black Friday and Cyber Monday. A little bit later, Missouri Southern hits the court for their home opener. We'll have more in sports.
Plus, rain chances increasing this week. We'll look at that coming up. Well, it definitely turned out to be a nice Monday for us today. Plenty of sunshine. It was warmer outside after a pretty good weekend. We did see sunshine over the weekend, but it was a little bit on the chilly side. Here's a nice shot. This is Indigo Sky. Casino and Resort Indigo is just outside of Seneca, Missouri, right on the west side. All right, look at our temps. These are our highs today. Mid-50s, Missouri and Arkansas. Then you jump into the mid to upper 50s once you got out across Kansas and also northeastern parts of Oklahoma. We've cooled down. It's not bad. We're at 39 Nevada. We're at 37 in Neosho. Grove at 37. Afton checking in at 39. We have Coffeyville at 39. Chanute is sitting at about 40 degrees. Let's go outside. 7th and Rangeline sitting at 38. South winds 5 to 10. Humidity is at 68%. We're going to continue with the clear skies tonight, so that's good. We'll have sunshine once again for us tomorrow. Weak little wave down through Oklahoma and Louisiana. This will not affect us. This big gap of nothing, that's our weather tomorrow. These clouds, this is our weather Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, may linger into Sunday. That's our next storm system, which is going to roll in just in time for the holiday. All right, so let's step through time. We're going to start at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Near freezing, pretty much clear skies. We warm into the mid-50s by noon. Once we get into the afternoon, most of us upper 50s to near 60. Case in point, 57 in Lamar, 56 in Anderson, 56 in Miami, Pittsburgh 57, Coffeyville also about 57. Tomorrow night, clouds start to increase. So here's Wednesday morning, clouds all day long and really thicken up during the afternoon. See these little spotty showers? These will start to increase Wednesday, late afternoon into the evening. But most of the day, if you're traveling, is okay. But these showers really pick up Wednesday night, look at this. So this is midnight heading into Thursday morning. Showers, even some thunderstorms across the region. Here's 7 a.m. This is Thursday morning. So if you're doing the turkey trot in Joplin, you're going to be dodging some showers, even some thunderstorms. And then we continue with periods of showers on Thursday. At least ahead of it, we get some good days. So 36 in the morning, 55 by noon, 54 by 5, a high temp of 58 degrees. Here's what's going to make this storm system stick around so long. Big upper level low, tracks out. It's separated from the jet stream, so it doesn't have anything to kick it through. And then it just takes its good old sweet time. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, into Sunday, passing by, giving us chances for showers really all the way into the holiday weekend. All right, so right about 1 o'clock Thursday afternoon, this is a great time to sit down, maybe eat some turkey, watch some football, on and off showers, continuing into Thursday evening. I don't think these are going to press this far south as we head into Friday, so I do think we'll have chances for rain Friday and then right back in by the time we head into Saturday. So 58 Tuesday, 57 Wednesday, 53 on Thursday, rain. Most likely I'm going to put rain back in the forecast Black Friday tomorrow, just a heads up, and then 49 rain on Saturday.
So be wary, travelers. The roads will be wet.
Wet roads are still unsafe.
Thanks, Doug. Reconstruction of the South Range Line Bridge in Joplin started another detour today. An additional section of West 32nd Street is now closed, which includes Alfalfa Road to the west side of Crane Drive. The intersection of 32nd Street and Country Club Drive will be closed as well. Detours have been posted. Dandy joins us now. Pitt State, boy, they dominated Indianapolis in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, and special teams made some big plays as well. We'll have more on that coming up. And Missouri Southern hosts Tabor for its home opener. Those highlights next. The Missouri Southern men are 2-2 this season. They return to action tonight for their home opener. Southern hits the floor against the Tabor Blue Jays. The Lions are aiming for their third straight win. First half, Nongo Na tries. Tyreek Jackson swoops in for the big finish. Southern up by 8. Then Vincent Sigmund fakes, drives to the basket and scores. Southern goes on a 13-point run. Later, Parker Long knocks down the pull-up jumper. It's 44-27 Lions at half. And in the second, Christian Bundy finds Jackson for the two-handed jam. Jackson leads the Lions tonight with a career-high 16 points. Very next play, off the steal, it's Bundy with the dunk. He tallies 4 steals with 12 points and 6 rebounds. Southern hammers Tabor 75-45. The Pitt State Gorillas beat Indianapolis 35-0 on Saturday to advance to the second round of the playoffs. The Pitt State defense was impressive to say the least. The Gorillas forced 6 turnovers and tallied 4 sacks against the 13th ranked team in the country. But it all started with special teams. They set the tone early. Colby Katzis returned the opening kickoff 98 yards for a touchdown.
I do not miss our kickoff return or our kickoff coverage unit. Both those units have been unbelievable all year long, especially our kickoff coverage unit. They have been really our football team's identity because they start off the football game and they run down the field extremely fast and they're making plays. And we haven't had a lot of guys really kick the ball to Colby or Jamal either. So our kickoff return hasn't had the opportunities really of late. And boy, when they kicked it to Colby, I thought, yeah, I'm not going to miss this.
The Chiefs and Chargers went down to the wire on Sunday night, but Kansas City pulled off a 30-27 win to sweep the season series. Travis Kelce scored the go-ahead touchdown with 31 seconds left in the game. He finished with 6 catches for 115 yards and 3 scores, and he set a league record. Kelce now has 33 career games with 100 receiving yards, the most by a tight end in NFL history.
I joked about it during the week. It's, I just go through the reads unless Kelce's manned up and I throw him the ball. At the end of the day, he's going to keep fighting until the very end. And that's when you see that, I think it not only is impressive for him, but it gets other guys going. It shows that, like I say, he's one of the best, not the best tight end of all time, and he's coming to work every single day to get better. And so that shows you whenever you step into the facility, you're like, man, I got to get to work. If this guy's doing it, I have to be able to at least match that. And so that leadership that he brings, as well as the play he brings in the field, is special, and it takes a lot off my shoulders.
Doug and I were saying earlier, someday Chiefs fans are going to look back and realize these are the good old days. Kelsey and Mahomes, two future Hall of Famers playing together. That is a rare sight.
Unbelievable. Breaking records, I feel like, every other week now.
It's still jaw-dropping. It really is. We'll be right back. Take time now to honor a local veteran. Farrell Flenner served in the U.S. Army from 1943 to 1945. The Joplin native received a Purple Heart, and we're proud to salute Farrell Flenner, a four-state hero. You can learn about lots of other heroes from all across this area. We also invite you to submit a hero of your own anytime. Right now is as good a time as any. Just go to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Chances of rain in the coming days.
Yeah, at least tomorrow it's going to be dry, and a good chunk of Wednesday is going to be dry. But then those rain chances really start to increase Wednesday evening, Wednesday night, Thursday. I'm going to probably put chances in on Friday, Saturday, may even linger into early Sunday. So if you are traveling, which most of you are, at least locally, be careful.
Final sports notes.
Impressive win for Missouri Southern tonight. They beat Tabor by 30 points. So now they climb back over 500. They're 3-2, so they're rolling now.
Cool.
Let's keep it going. The morning show is going to keep it going for us at 5 a.m. Let's make it a great tomorrow.